Wow. I know last time I was here, I told you I was going to start recording some more, but some shit went down and life got in the way. As we speak right now, my son is in the hospital. My baby boy is in the hospital. You know the baby I've been showing y'all when I did my live videos? Him. He's in the hospital right now. He's been in the hospital for over a week now. He's doing much better. I feel like he's going to be on the mend. It's not the coronavirus. They tested for it twice. So I just wanted to give y'all a quick update of how shit just been hectic for me. But anyway, you're going to get this episode immediately, which is today. I'm recording this on Saturday morning. I'm going to give it to y'all on Saturday. I'm not even going to waste any time giving this to y'all. I wanted to come back because it was a few things that we need to talk about, man. My boy been hitting me up telling me like, yo, what's good, man? You got to get a show done. You got to get a show done. Like, he been hitting me with it. You know what I mean? And I told him it's quite a few things that I do want to talk about. Because what we not going to do is I'm not going to fall off. I'm not going to start being inconsistent. I cannot do that. This is not the time for that. I have a much more a more responsibility to the community. Yes, I say I take it as a responsibility to the community because as a black man of the warrior class, I feel like it is my duty to protect my community, starting with my family and outward. So we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about protecting your seed, not in the way that Tariq Nasheed talked about it in Mac lessons. I'm going to talk about it in a much different form in regards to protecting your seed, because he was talking about it from a relationship standpoint. I'm talking about it from a generational standpoint. He talked about it from a relationship and a financial standpoint. I'm talking about it more of a generational and a political standpoint. We're going to talk about black men versus black women, not as in, it's going to also talk about the actual battle of the two, but it's also going to talk about what I'm noticing, what the shift I'm seeing with the black men and the black women. We're going to talk about what do you do when you wake up. And then we're going to also talk about what steps we need to take from here on out. As far as the black community, politically, strategically, family-wise, we're going to talk about what steps we need to take from here on out. Because a lot of you niggas is lost. And we want to wake some of you niggas up that's useful. But if you a useless nigga, we don't want you woken at all. Go ahead and take your ass on. We're going to talk about that and those steps to take. All right. So with that being said, let's get to it. Hold on. Because I'm not live. This is going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to come out immediately just for the sake of getting some content out there because I'm sorry. It's been weeks and shit has been wild. But we're going to get to it. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to get it popping. Yada, 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 yada. So with that being said, let's talk about what steps we need to take. No, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about protecting your seed because I want to end those steps we need to take. We're going to talk about protecting your seed. Now, when I say protecting your seed, I mean your children. As men, the most important thing that you can contribute to this world as a man of the warrior class, a black man of the warrior class, the most important thing you can contribute to this world is new warriors, and new women to help nurture and I want to say protect these warriors, but as new men to help guide and partner alongside the new warriors. So I'm gonna come up with a term for it. It's just, it's early in the morning. I'm not gonna cobwebs. I literally rolled out of bed and I wanted to record this because I was supposed to do this yesterday night, but I was exhausted from yesterday. So either way, I'm not gonna keep harping on that. So one of the most important things you can do is produce new warriors, new black first children. They need to understand that nothing is more important than them. Nothing is more important than their community. And the best way they can show that is to be the best person that they can be. You see, because a lot of people think when you say, hey, man, the only thing that should be matter, you should only be focused on your community. A lot of people think that everybody's supposed to be Malcolm X out here, or everybody's supposed to be Martin Luther King. Everybody's supposed to be some type of civil rights warrior, Marcus Garvey, Pan-Africanist or something of that nature. People think when you say that, that's what you mean when you say you need to put your community first. No, Those are unique individuals. Those are special people. How can you support those kind of people is the mentality you need to have. That's the mentality you need to have. Well, if Malcolm X come along and say, look, we need to make sure we do this, and this. Malcolm X, we're going to put Malcolm X in the military. We're going to put Malcolm X in the military category, Marcus Garvey in the financial category, and then we're going to put Martin Luther King in the social category, right? So if Malcolm X come along and say, hey, we need to protect ourselves, we need to arm ourselves, you as a black person, your job is to arm and protect you and your family. Start there. Educate your friends on things that they don't know about that. You know what I mean? Your intermediate circle. Because what happens is people think when we say you need to be about your community first, that means you need to protect coons and crackheads, hood rats and shit. No. We're going to talk about in what next steps we need to take. We're going to talk about that. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not interested in saving these people anymore. We're not interested in saving them anymore. If people are long lost, let them be lost at sea and move forward. We don't have time for that shit no more. That shit is done. We need to have that kind of mentality going forward because we can't afford to continue to waste time trying to wake niggas up or convince motherfuckers what's going on in this world that they can see with their own two eyes. That's no longer an option anymore. That time is over. As of 2020, we're done with that. That is over with. There's no more convincing people what's going on in this world. There's no more of that. If they want to be educated and convinced in a short, precise, consistent manner, tell them to come listen to my podcast. Tell them to come listen to one of the 3 teachers that I listen to, Professor Black Truth, The Black Authority, Tariq Nasheed. There's a woman coming up. I don't know if I'm going to vet her first before I tell y'all who she is, but she's on my radar. I like how she's talking. I like her consistency in talking. So we're going to see what she about once I get to dig into some information about her, get to listen to her a little more. We'll go from there, and I'll put y'all on to her too. Make sure y'all go follow D. Tubman on all social platforms. She's another person who can make sure you get it in more of a that'll get you a microcosm of a channel, that'll get you the highlights of certain stuff. So if you want to get the quick information real quick, you hit the Tubman page, but then when you're ready for the long information, you go to one of those 4 pages that I just told you about. My page, Unorthodox Logic with Marv, Professor Black Truth, Tariq Nasheed, and The Black Authority. And The Black Authority also has a page called The Business, which I also need to listen to, because it's understanding that you're not supposed to be in this militant frame of mind 24/7, 7 days a week. You're supposed to be in a black first frame of mind 24/7, 7 days a week. So with the Black Authority, he also has The Business. That'll also be another page you want to look into as well. So that's what you do to people who's new to it or fresh to it or finally decide they want to go ahead and make an attempt of it. You see what I'm saying? But again, I'm gonna get to that part in the next segment when we do. So not next segment, but the next topic I'm gonna get into. So as far as protecting your seed, you need to vet not only the woman you're with, you now have to vet who are the potential people that will be around your child in sufficient manner. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, you shouldn't have no children by a woman you're not married to. Fuck all that. It's the right thing to do in the Bible shit. No, that's not the reason why. But I also understand in my community, a lot of us have had babies out of wedlock. Me, I had 3 of my 4 kids out of wedlock. But 3 of my 4 kids are okay, so this is going to sound confusing. I got 4 kids, right? 3 of the 4 were made and born out of wedlock. And then also 3 of the 4 are with my current wife. You see what I'm saying? So they're in my marriage. I have an older daughter who I didn't marry her mother. Her mother and I were in a long-term relationship that ended shortly after she was born. And then after that, I met my current wife, and we have had 3 children together. One of the kids were within wedlock. The other 2 were outside of wedlock, but that is still the woman I married. So nonetheless, you don't need to be you don't have kids outside. I'll just put it like this: a woman you wouldn't marry, because I understand sometimes shit happens. You shouldn't even be having raw sex with a woman you wouldn't marry. Y'all motherfuckers is confusing to me. I don't understand that. I have had raw sex with 2 women in my life, and they all bear my children. It's not hard, bruh. It's not hard. I know it feels better. Trust me. I know it feels better. I understand it feels better. But you have to stop thinking with your dick. You have to think now as everything is strategy. If you get that in your mentality, you won't have to think with your dick, because your mentally are going to always say, no, I can't do this. Not raw. I'm going to have my fun, but I can't have no kids by her. I personally don't think you should even want to be around. I mean, again, depending on your age. Let me put it like that, because when you're young, you're looking for excitement, you're looking for fun. We need to educate you young fellas. You cats that's under 25. I'm still under 30, so I ain't old, but I'm older. I'm getting up in there. I'll be 30 this year. We need to educate you young cats on the importance of not having a child outside of the woman you plan to marry or the woman you married to, because at the end of the day, once that baby comes, sometimes shit just change. But if you married, you have a baby within the confines of an agreement between two people who want to have a baby, who's ready to spread that love, it feels so much better. Like, no, I'm gonna just be honest with you. This last baby, he's the one in the hospital, the newest baby. He's the one that I had within wedlock. He felt better. You know what I mean? He felt right. Not that not any knock to my other kids, but I was a young kid when I had them. You know what I mean? I was very young, very immature, wasn't ready, but I kept having kids though. You see what I'm saying? I stepped up like a man and took care of my kids, and I still take care of my kids. And even the mother of my daughter, even when she's online and she throwing little jabs, she's talking about her other baby father, because she also had 2 other kids with a longtime boyfriend who she thought she was going to marry, but that didn't work out. Whatever. I ain't into that. But she ain't talking about me. She made it very clear. She's like, no. I'm not talking about you. She said, people know who you are. I don't even have to distinguish who I'm talking about. I don't have to even specify who I'm talking about. People know you, so I'm not talking about you. So she made that very clear. So you have to protect your seed, because you never know who your child is going to be around. You can't just vet the woman anymore. You need to vet the woman. You need to vet her parents, because kids hang out with their grandparents. Grandparents love grandkids. So you need to vet who them parents are. What's their mentality? You need to, a lot of y'all be trying to sit down and, you know how they tell you, if you don't want to argue nobody, don't talk about sports, politics, and religion. You need to talk about politics and religion with every single person your child can potentially be around for any extended period of time. So if you and your girl wanted to go out of town by yourselves and y'all got kids and y'all didn't want the kids to come, who are those kids going to stay with? You need to vet them. Who are the potential people your kids are going to stay with? You need to vet them. You need to vet your own family too. See, a lot of times we sit here and we sit back and be like, well, I'm on my shit, so if the rest of my family don't want to get on board, so be it. See, with my family, I have one person who I'm looking at with the side eye, like, all right, nigga, when shit go down, I'm make sure I keep a distance from you, because I know the kind of shit you on. But everybody else, they just fall in line with what I say. You know what I mean? I'm not the oldest child. I'm the second oldest, but my family treat me like I'm the oldest. You know what I mean? If I put out a call to arms right now, I put a call to arms out, my family know what's up. No questions. Because that's the person I've been since a kid. That's been my consistent level of everything. You know what I mean? I have never wavered on that in my life. I have never in my life wavered on that. Ever. Since a child, I've been like that. Since I was 5 years old, that's the furthest back I can remember. And one of my first best friends was white. And I already knew what was up with that. I already knew what white supremacy was. Back then, I knew how to get down was. I knew all of that shit back then. He wasn't on no fuck shit. Even to this day, he's still not on no fuck shit. And he wasn't on no fuck shit back then. His family wasn't on some fuck shit back then. Like, even otherwise, I would have stopped going over there. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I already knew the get down from a very, 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 very young age. And I'm not saying that because of what I'm talking about today. I'm saying that because you can go talk to people that grew up with me, people around me, and they will always tell you how I was from day one. You could talk to my very best friend, the person who was the best man at my wedding. He would tell you we was 10 years old. We was sitting in his damn living room playing video games, and this motherfucker called me a Black Panther. That's the type of shit that I was on at a very, very young age. So this shit isn't new to me. You know what I mean? I just didn't have the resources and the information that I have now. Now that I got the resources and the information, it's a whole different ball game. Now I can move differently. You know what I mean? I can do things differently. I can I can finesse it, not even finesse, because I don't want to make it like I'm scamming them or shit like that. But I can do things the way I want to do them and do them differently. It's that simple. You know what I mean? So I don't want y'all to ever think that this is new. You feel what I'm saying? So you must protect your seed. You must make sure who you having your kid around and who you having your kid with. That is the most important thing in the world. The mother of your children, the father of your children. This is for both sides, actually. Let me not even make this about men. This is for both sides, because there's some cool niggas and some bad buck niggas out here. Ladies, you need to vet that nigga too, and vet his mama, vet his daddy, vet his family, vet his brothers, anybody he will have your kids around. You need to vet that nigga too. This don't go one way. I know I'm saying protect your seed because the seed comes from the man, but men and women, y'all need to protect y'all child. Y'all need to know who y'all child is going to be around, because if your child is around some fuckery or around some coons, that shit can seep in, especially a grandparent. If there's a grandparent that's a coon, ooh, that can get real tricky. It can get tricky. Now, I will say this. Before I started having kids by my wife, because we had 2 kids out of wedlock, I did not vet her. I didn't vet her. I didn't vet her mom. I didn't vet her dad, nor did I vet her siblings. But I did get lucky. I was on the phone with my mother-in-law, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. And me and her was talking up on game about this COVID-19 stuff, because she works in a hospital. She knows the get down. So me and her was talking about game on that. I remember on 4th of July a couple years ago, I was talking with my father-in-law on some political shit. And he's up on game. And he's a former police deputy superintendent. He retired now. But he's up on game, and it's the reason why he's retired. But he's up on game. I was talking to him about it. You know what I mean? He's up on game. My wife, she just falls in line. She understands the type of person I am, and she understands the mentality I have, and she understands that under no circumstances will I let our children go unprotected. So she knows where my heart is when I spit the shit that I spit and I talk about the shit that I talk about. She don't talk publicly because she ain't even on social media like that, but she don't never tell me to take a post down, take a show down, don't talk like that, don't do this. She ain't never in her life say no shit like that. She knows when it comes, when she needs to call me, which we have several experiences on that. When she needs me to handle something, she knows what level that I'm going to take it to, and she knows what level where I can go. She knows me to the point where she says if she got to call me, she know what's up. So, for example, with this hospital situation, the security guards there been acting a little bit shaky. So my wife told me about it. She like, look, these security guards acting funny. I don't trust them. I'm not leaving our child on this floor by himself. You going to be able to come up to the floor or I ain't leaving, right? So I gets there and I shake the shit down. But sometimes not everything, like what y'all think is when I say, sometimes when let me be clear what I mean when I said I had to shake shit down. That didn't mean I went in there being all loud and acting a fucking idiot and talking crazy. Like, hey, y'all gonna let me up in this, yada, 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 and yada, 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 and that whole thing. I didn't do that. I didn't go in there loud. First thing I needed to know is who was who and what was what. So I went in there and scoped the thing out. Then I went in there and I started having conversations with certain people. So once I started having conversations with the nurses and doctors, I made my way down to the security, started having a conversation with them. Next day I came in. Hey, who are you here to see? Tell them the last name. Oh, you're on the exception list. You see what I'm saying? Because what y'all got to know is how you need to handle certain situations. You don't need to go in every situation being loud and obnoxious. That's not necessary. You don't need to be loud and obnoxious. What you need to do is understand what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with and who's who and who you need to talk to and who you need to lay things out with. See, a lot of times y'all go in there and start yelling and screaming, acting a fool, making a fool of yourself. Then they ban you and your wife and tell you neither one of y'all can come in here and you can't get your kid because your kid is on a ventilator. Now you crying and shit, talking about they being racist and kidnapped your kid because you don't know what the fuck you doing. See, me, I knew to go in there with a certain level of maturity, a certain level of I would say, a certain level of calm, a demeanor. It's a certain demeanor you got to go in there with. You know what I mean? Because if you go in there with vicious or an aggressive demeanor. They're going to go in defense mode. They're going to go in I'm scared mode. And some of the security guards are women. And then you got the nurse that's the front desk that's scanning everybody in with the thermometer. She gets scared. Everybody gets scared. They put this big nigga and one big nigga, an angry black man shit on you, and you lose in that battle 9 times out of 10. Sometimes you got to put an angry black man out. I have done that before. I asked my wife about that one. She's seen some things. So she knows when she calls her husband, ain't no games. She loves saying to these doctors, no, let me call my husband. You know how many times she called me, put me on speakerphone, made them explain to me, understand, made sure I knew what was going on before they made shit. She's not incompetent. She's not unable to make swift decisions. It ain't like I don't trust her to make the educated and swift decision. But what she's doing is, this is something her and I understand. This is something her and I talked about. What she's doing is she's laying the foundation of power. She's laying the foundation of power. She's understanding and making sure they understand that I am the man in control of this situation. She's not some single motherhood rat. She has a husband. So she loves to pull the hold on, let me call my husband. Hold on, let me call my husband. It's a potential she may call me during this broadcast. It's a potential. I'm going to mute it, of course. I'm not going to let y'all hear it because I don't know what they may say. But it's a potential. So she's laying the foundation of power. So every time a doctor come in and they want to come talking to her, hi, mom, how you doing? Okay, we just want to let you know what's going on. Hold on. Let me call my husband. Babe, the doctor's here. I want you to hear what he got to say. Put me on speakerphone. And she don't ask no questions. She let me ask all the questions. Because she knows I know how to dig. She knows I know how to probe. She knows I'm on top of things. Now, some of y'all might ask, why is my wife at the hospital by herself? It's because I have to hold down the fort. I'm still working from home. I got to bring that bacon in. I'll go see him. I go see my son every day. You know, he's up there. They got him sedated and everything. But I got to hold down the fort. So that's why it's important that certain kind of women you have. Is me and my wife relationship perfect? Fuck no. Come on now. Let's not be stupid here. You know what I mean? We have our issues too. But when it comes to our children, we're unwavering on that. We have yet to ever argue about how we handle our children. We never argued about that. How we handle the children? Never had an argument about that. Ever. For instance, my son, before I wrap this up, you know what I mean? They emailing out about my oldest son because he plays soccer. They like, hey, what's we going to send out a survey for y'all to fill out. Let us know what you're doing, how you feel about the kids. My wife didn't even fill it out. She like, nope, let me call my husband. She said, babe, it's a survey for the kids for soccer. Let me know how you want to answer this. There was no question about whether she was going to answer. She wasn't about to make that kind of decision. She knew it was left up to me because you know why? She knows that what I do is protect the children at all costs. I don't play games about my kids. I don't play games about my family. When I have to protect her, she know what's up. She keeps her mouth shut. When she calls me and when I have to turn up on motherfuckers like I have before, she keeps her mouth shut. She stands behind me. She's surveying this. She's surveying the atmosphere. She's surveying the whole room. And whoever I got my focus on, that's who I'm getting in their ass. Like it was again. I always tell this story because it was one of the more memorable ones. It was one of the times she really realized, like, oh, this motherfucker don't play about me. Is when the mechanic disrespect him. She goes. What happens is these mechanics at this particular at Joseph Clooney. Well, the old mechanics ain't there no more, but they didn't really like me like that. They was always super passive aggressive and then when I went to acting, when I got a little aggressive with them, they started making it seem like they was going to call the cops, things of that nature. My wife, being the wife she is, she said, babe, let me protect you from this kind of shit. I'll just go get the keys. Because all I was doing was picking up keys after they did their job. So she like, I'll go pick up the keys. I'll go get the paperwork. I'll go pay. I'll go do that. Like, you know what I mean? You bring the car in, let them do what they got to do. I'll pick it up. So that was the thing. Thing was, a lot of times I was the one taking her to go pick the shit up. I'm sitting in the welcome car. I'm making sure ain't nothing, nobody getting disrespectful with that whole case. Then there was a time this guy, she went to drop the keys off. He got real disrespectful. I'm like, Simone, he did what? I was like, I'm about to go holler at him. She's like, no. Just, You know, I don't know if he was really being disrespectful. He might have been loud. I think she was being a little soft at that point. But then when she picked up the keys, he did it again. So she ain't even leave the building. She called me like, this same dude in here being disrespectful. I said, oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm like, I'll be right in. Because we ain't had the kids in the car this time. Parked the car, walked in. She just pointed at him. Man, listen. I flinched at that man. This man ran into the door. They ended up calling the cops. He was scared for his life. He was scared for his you should have seen the fear in his eyes, because I don't think he associated the two of us. You know what I mean? Because I don't remember ever seeing this guy, or I never really paid him any attention when I used to bring the stuff up there. It was always these little front desk fuckeries that used to do that shit. But this guy was in the back, and when she pointed him out, because I guess she on the phone talking about she about to call her husband, this, that, and the third. I think we wasn't even married at the time. I think that was her fiance at the point. And he all acting like he don't care, he ain't scared. I walk into the room, this man jumps out his fucking skin. You know what I mean? And when the owner called, he apologized. Like, I'm sorry that had to happen, because dude was wrong. They all knew he was wrong. And when I had to come in there and shake shit up, everybody's scared. Nobody wanted to help him, nothing. All I know is somebody was able to fidget their little fingers and call the cops, which is probably the girl that was at their cash register. But his little bitch ass damn near broke his neck running. You know what I mean? As I was about to climb over that goddamn couch and climb over that counter and climb in his ass. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of shit you got to do. Sometimes you got to be that way. Sometimes you got to stare somebody down like a male cop, because he want to act like a little bitch ass. So you got to look him in his face every time you talk to him and give him that look like you will whoop his ass and shake him up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it has to happen. And sometimes you got to turn the fuck up. Sometimes it's going to take that. If you ain't willing to turn the fuck up, then you ain't ready for this shit. You feel me? Now, what do you do once you're woken up? Once you wake up, once you become aware of white supremacy, once you wake up from this everyone's equal, all lives matter, sleep, what do you do when you wake up? The last thing you need to do is talk. Once you wake up, first thing you need to do is start studying. Figuring out who's who, understanding what code we're on, catching up on all the shit that you fell behind on. That whole thing. Hitting colors. You need to go watch Race War. You need to go watch 7 a.m. You need to go watch 1804. You need to go watch all that shit. That's what you need to do when you wake up. You need to go follow those 4 people that I told you about. Myself, Tariq Nasheed, Professor Black Truth, Jason Black, a.k.a. Black Authority. You need to go find all of those people. And within those people, you'll find more people. You need to catch up on games. Shut the fuck up and catch up on game. You need to go listen to old episodes, and you need to listen to new episodes. You need to be subscribed to all those channels, YouTube channels, things of that nature. You need to have your notifications on. You need to get that information. Like, for instance, I am going to be putting my, because I don't do the live video show no more. I'm going to go back to that eventually, but in the meantime, I'm going to start putting my episodes up on YouTube, where you can just have, because I know some people just prefer YouTube. I understand that. That's fine. It's basically going to be the same way that Professor Black Truth and the Black Authority do their shows. It's going to be that kind of thing. It's going to be my logo, and then it's going to be my logo, and then it's also going to be the audio behind it. So if you don't have a podcast app, or if you don't listen to podcast apps and you want to just jump on YouTube and throw it on, and while you're cleaning up around the house or whatever the case may be, you'll have that option, because YouTube is a bigger platform. I'm going to set these as premieres on YouTube so we can engage in video chat as well. So we're going to do that. So that's the first thing you can do. You feel me? You go get involved. You get inside these communities. You start meeting people who's on the same thought process as you, on different type of levels as you. And shut up, because if you get in there talking, the motherfuckers will like, what kind of coon shit is this? They'll get you the fuck up out of there. You see what I'm saying? So just shut up. Go listen. Go watch. Ask questions if you need to. Identify yourself as somebody who's new to the game or whatever the case may be, and go from there. Now, after that, you need to go back and start vetting everybody. You know what I mean? You need to start vetting everybody. You need to vet those around you. You need to vet your social media. You need to vet your parents. You need to vet your current woman. You need to vet them. And anybody that you can't get up on game, at this point in time, you got to understand where you got to put them. You got to understand, like, if my mom was on some coon shit or my dad was on some coon shit, I'm like, look, you my dad, you my mama, I love you, but stay your ass right there. Right there. Stay there. Don't come over here and do what I'm doing. What I'm doing over here, this don't concern you right now. Stay there, and I'm going to do my thing. You feel me? You got to hit your parents with that shit, or your aunts or uncles or whoever the fuck you need to hit that with. You know what I'm saying? Hit them with that, and then you go from there. Next thing you need to do is, as you find out who you need to be listening to and you catching up, getting inside these communities and you listening, you asking questions, you getting clarification, things of that nature. You get put up on game. You need, again, identify yourself. Look, man, I'm new. I just found this channel. I'm new to this, and this. I'm glad I finally found something like this. This is something that's going to help me build. And then once they identify you as that person, as, hey, you just found a channel, you just got up on game, they're going to welcome you. They understand that, hey, yo, it took you long enough. Everybody should have been about this. Understand that. Or whatever the case may be. But I look at it like this. You got to understand that you are new. And you don't know everything. So don't get in there arguing with motherfuckers that have been in there. You're going to see people who are a little extreme. You're going to definitely see that. You're going to see people who are going to be talking crazy. You're going to see people who's going to be on some other shit, who live in a life of dustiness, but they swear they up on game. And you're going to see that. You're going to see that. You know what I mean? But you're not here to weed out those people. That's not your channel to weed out. You're there to get information and making sure you're staying on code, making sure you're within the code guidelines that a lot of us have, that we all set out, we all agree upon. It's not some dictatorship with these channels. That's why I'm telling you these particular channels. These particular channels are giving you information, but if you're engaging in those chats, you'll see that they're getting information too. You see what I'm saying? They just have the bigger platforms to disseminate the information. So don't look at them as an authority figure. You see what I'm saying? The Black Authority, when he says, the reason why his channel is the Black Authority is not he's calling himself the Black Authority. He's saying black people are the Black Authority. And the people within my community are the Black Authority. And those people that are in that community they're all usually within those three communities, those three channels as well. And then, of course, you know, you listening to me, so you might as well go ahead and listen to my channel as well. The goal is to build B1. We got to be black first. So after you get into those, you find out you may like some people more than you like others. I'll even say that as far as broadcasters. You may like some people more than you like others. You may not like the way a certain person communicates their information, or you may like somebody else's more than you like the others. That's fine, because they're all three of them on, all four of us on code. I'm gonna say four of us, all four of us on code. So that's fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to act like you don't have to listen to all three of them. But if you're not listening to neither one of them, or all four of them, excuse me, you're not listening to neither one of us, you ain't gonna never be on code. I can tell you that now, because ain't nobody talking the way we talking. I can promise you that. No one's talking the way we talking. So that's what you need to do once you wake up. And then once you wake up and then you get on that track, it'll take you everywhere else you need to go. I'm not even going to sit here and act like you need to go do 10,000 things. Just no. You know what I mean? So what's this? Oh, okay. She said she's all right. Yeah. Now. Wow. This is crazy. Hold on. Okay. Why she keep doing this shit? All right, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm making sure it's an update with my son. Everything's good. Okay. So yeah, that's what you need to do once you wake up. Now, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you the steps going forward. It's going to include that part too. So now, black men versus black women. When I speak about this, I don't mean that black men and black women are against each other, even though I'm going to reference that as well. But I'm meaning the comparison of how black women have been acting versus how black men have been acting. When it comes to foundational black Americans, I'm not about to get into the immigrant coons and coonettes and bedwenches and bedbugs, because we already know we know they get down. They sellouts and traitors to the black community. They like to put on a black face when it comes to black issues, but they don't have any black interest at heart. They only have self-interest at heart. It's that simple. I'm gonna wrap it up in that when it comes to those non-foundational black Americans. But when it comes to the foundational black Americans, what I have noticed is the black women have been on some rider shit. I done saw a video of a black woman beating up some cops in New York, and I saw a video of a black woman beating up a security guard in an Atlanta hotel. And unfortunately, I hear black men behind the camera giggling and laughing while this shit is going on. You bitch niggas. We are not in a time where you need to be doing no shit like that. The giggling and laughing, watching girls fight, especially fighting race soldiers, that time has been over with. We're done with that. There shouldn't even be a situation where a woman should even have to be put out there like that. They ain't a part of the warrior class. Why are women joining the ranks of the warrior class? Now, if that's what it takes for them to protect themselves, by all means, ladies, protect yourself. Don't ever think I'm not saying that. Don't ever think I'm not saying you should be carrying a pistol right along with your man. Ready to reload clips if it need be. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, what's up with these niggas, man? They watching you fight? That's what they doing now? They watching you fight? I see women up on game. I see women out here defending the black family. I see women being B1. I'm not seeing a lot of men being B1. In a lot of these communities that I'm in, I'm seeing way more women on that shit than I am seeing men. And I'm starting to look at these things a little funny. I'm starting to look at you niggas a little funny. What's going on? Is you scared, nigga? What you scared of? Or is it that you want to maintain your sexual access? Which one is it? Because a lot of y'all, man, I'm looking at you funny in the light. I swear I am. I'm looking at you funny in the light because something looking funny over here. So we gonna see what's up though. We gonna see what's up because another thing is with the men versus women thing, I am starting to notice a little animosity. And the animosity comes from either the old bitter black or young bitter blacks. On both sides, women and men. Like I be seeing men just saying the most hating shit in the world. I be seeing women hustling. The first thing I see is a nigga saying, yo, y'all all can't sell eyelashes. Y'all all can't sell wigs. Y'all all can't sell dinners. Y'all all can't. Shut up, nigga. What's wrong with you? How many fucking burger spots in this country? McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys, Chick-fil-A sell chicken. Wendy's, Arby's sell some type of burger, fucking roast beef burgers, whatever. Like there's several type of, I'll just say fast food chains: Popeyes, KFC, Chick-fil-A, Checkers, Sonic, shit. What else? You know what I mean? There was other major chains, and then we got the smaller ones too. Like, dog, what are you talking about? How many fucking places sell pizza? How many places sell chicken wings? What you mean y'all all can? Yes, the fuck they can if they can turn a profit, nigga. Yes, they can. If you can turn a profit, you can do what the fuck you want. You niggas is on some other shit. Damn, y'all all gonna do this now? Like, it's some motherfuckers doing bingo groups in my city. So they inviting me to a bunch of bingo groups. I'm not joining none of them groups. I'm not interested in playing bingo. I don't do that. Whatever. You know, that's not the point. It ain't that I don't support. That ain't supporting black business. You know what I mean? That's whatever. Y'all want to play bingo? Go play bingo. I don't play bingo. You know what I mean? It's not me. That's my mom shit. You know what I mean? Whatever. So the bingo thing happens. So a bunch of bingo groups start popping up. First thing I see is niggas damn, y'all all gonna make bingo groups? Y'all gonna make bingo groups? Yes, nigga. Yes, they all gonna make bingo groups. Because my mom went to bingo on Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and fucking Saturday and Sunday. It wasn't the same bingo hall either. So yes, they all gonna make bingo groups. And if people go ahead and pay that little whatever they pay, and with the chance to win X amount of dollars or whatever the case may be, then that's what they do. That's what they do. Y'all motherfuckers be so jealous of hustlers because y'all ain't got the hustle bone in your body. If people are willing to play and people are willing to pay, let them do what they do. That shit is sickening to me, man. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with these people, yo? Y'all sit here and y'all find every reason to hate. Get your hustle up. Don't get your hate up, get your weight up. All them other cliche lines, man. Do what you need to do to get some fucking money in this quarantine, nigga. Instead of hating like you've been doing. You niggas disgust me. Ain't no social distancing whatsoever over here. What kind of shit is this? Whatever. So that's what y'all need to stop doing. We're not in a battle against each other. We're on the same team. The black family. B1 means black first. Black family. The black family comes first. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be thinking about the black family, the black community. Family ain't just blood, bruh. Family ain't blood. That's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to focus on. Family ain't just blood. Family is a community spirit. I'm letting every single one of them groups rock. I ain't saying shit. I'm not reporting them, none of that shit. Because it's a simple formula that they got, and that's how they do it. It's a simple formula they got, and that's how they do it. I know the rest of y'all, I don't know what y'all issue may be, or y'all jealous or whatever, but niggas, stop hating. Women out here making money through this. I told y'all how I feel about the healthcare industry. I mean, health and beauty industry. Makeup, wigs, eyelashes, all that shit. I feel like black women should be dominating that business. Listen, my daughter told me she want to get into that business. My daughter's 10 years old. You think I ain't about to have her? Listen, I'm about to have my daughter on some ownership shit. The products she use, she gonna create them herself. I already know how to make some of that shit myself. I'm about to have my daughter own shit. You understand me? Best believe soon as school out, because they still gotta do school. They gotta she got a lot of work she gotta do. But once this school shit over with in next month, if I'm not mistaken, the type of shit that I'm gonna have her doing. Oh, schoolwork over, but let's get this business popping now. Now we're gonna launch your business. Let's get your design popping. Now I'm about to design this shit while I'm in the hospital because I gotta go. I'm going to sit in the hospital for quite a few hours while my wife gets some. I like to give her some air, get her some fresh air, get out the hospital, get out of confinement, and that's an opportunity for me to work uninterrupted as well. So it's a perfect opportunity. So I'm about to go handle that. Get these logos made for my kids. Like I got 3 different businesses for my kids that I'm about to work on. I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm not about to play with y'all. Y'all can play with it, but I'm not gonna play with it. I'm going to do the heavy lifting for my kids right now. Get their businesses launched. And by the time they hit 18, depending on where they at in certain aspects of their life, either they going straight to business or they're going to go continue on to get some type of formal education or whatever the case may be to help promote the business. It's about the business. I have an LLC called M. Crittenden Enterprises. All my kids' name is M. Crittenden. Every single one of them. It's about the family business. Each one of y'all gonna have y'all branches of it, and that's it. You're gonna run your branch. I'm gonna get it started for y'all. I'm gonna do the heavy lifting for y'all right now while I got the ability to. So y'all gonna be the front runners. Y'all gonna be the face of y'all businesses at a young age. And then when y'all get old enough, y'all gonna take over y'all business. I'm gonna show y'all the ropes, show y'all ways to make sure y'all advance it, keep y'all focusing on track, and y'all gonna get to it. You understand me? So that's the kind of shit I'm on. And I only told you the example of my daughter. My son gonna come out with the my second oldest, my second youngest or second oldest son, whatever one. My middle son, as I'll call him. My middle son coming out with a hair product. You know what I mean? For It's hair moisturizer he's coming out with. And my oldest son is coming out with cologne. The cologne business the cologne formulas and stuff that I started, I'm handing that shit over to him. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to be doing for my kids, business-wise, getting that shit popping for them now, getting that sales and stuff generated with them now. And once they launch it, we coming out with websites, social medias, all that stuff. I ain't got the names for them yet. Well, I do got the names for them yet, but I ain't going to tell y'all yet. You understand me? Because once I got to lock down, I'm locking down all the paperwork and stuff for that right now. Everything is so hard to do with the county bills and stuff being closed because you got to go. I already got the LLC to cover the umbrella and stuff, but I will get the documents to get the stuff from under the LLC. It's a whole business process. But that's the kind of shit that I'm on with my kids. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk about some steps we need to take going forward. Now, as y'all know, Ahmaud Arbery got murdered by some race soldiers. There was a woman who got murdered by some race soldiers because I want to say her name, Breon. She was laying in her bed, and they went in there and murdered her in cold blood. And her boyfriend that shot the cops just got off. Where's his name? Let me see here. Where are we? Where is it? FedEx fired a black man for protecting himself from racists. Where is it? My man got off. Let me go ahead and go to Twitter because I can't. I hate that I don't have their names the way I want to have their names for me. Because I want to give y'all the information. I like to give y'all the info. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let me see here. Here we go. Here he is. Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker was a man who was laying in bed with his girlfriend, Breon. What's her name? Because I hate that her name kind of got lost in the sauce with all this. All right, Breonna Taylor. So Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker were laying in bed. Cops kicked in their door. Shot about 20-something shots, killed Breonna Taylor. Kenneth Walker started busting back, hit one of the cops. They tried to charge him with attempted murder. Black Judge Olu Stevens, if I'm not mistaken, Judge Olu Stevens. Yep. The Honorable Olu Stevens was able to get he let him out, and the next thing you know, all charges were dismissed for Kenneth Walker for protecting his girlfriend, the love of his life, his black woman, his black queen, after she was unfortunately murdered. He didn't know she was killed at the time. He just knew they started busting in the house. He started busting back. They did a no-knock warrant. They hit the wrong house. It was just all types of fuckery going on, and now he's going to walk free. Shout out to Honorable Olu Stevens for that. We also know Ahmaud Arbery got murdered by some race soldiers, non-cops. They just arrested the third person who recorded the whole incident, and they're charging them all with murder. I hope that they got him with the RICO because he was there too and he was a part of that shit. I don't give a fuck what he said. He crying, talking about he fearful for his life. FedEx got to get going to have to hold something because they sit here and they fire 2 black men for protecting themselves from a racist customer. I keep telling y'all, just because you work for somebody don't mean you got to take their racism from their customers. I experienced that over the phone where a woman was calling me all types of racist names and I did not take it from her. And they ended up saying, hey, take a walk and take a breather. They try to make it seem like that's not the way I'm supposed to react. Man, fuck that bitch. Y'all should be canceling her fucking policy. She's talking to me like that. So it's whatever. But the point is, the steps we need to take going forward now, because we see, again, if you're not convinced at this point that there's an open war against black people, then we're going to leave your ass behind. It's that simple. Steps you need to take. Step 1, and most importantly, you need to arm you and your family. Get armed immediately, as soon as possible. That is step 1. And most importantly, get armed. You and your family. Get armed, get armed, get armed. You and your family get armed. You and your family get armed. You and your friends, you and your family. Y'all need to all get armed and y'all need to start going to the gun range. Start practicing target practicing. Start getting acclimated with shooting. Step 2. Well, actually, this is step 1B, because step 1A and 1A is getting armed. Step 1B is getting on code. Getting on code. Understanding the code. Don't disrespect the code. Don't speak out of code, especially around non-black people. If you're around non-foundational black Americans, you do not need to be talking off code. You stay on code at all times. Any code that needs to be fixing can be done behind closed doors. In the code, you need to the first code you need to have is the code in your household. In your household, there needs to be a code of how y'all conduct yourselves when y'all in public. That needs to be the code. You understand me? How you conduct yourself needs to be the code. First and foremost with your family. Then you need to make sure you stay on code with the black community. And the community starts with you, your intermediate family, your extended family, all your close circle of friends. Y'all need to all be on a certain code. Even I need to tighten up the code with my friends and family. I need to even tighten up the code with my friends and family, but we need to have it on point. See, a lot of the code with my friends and family is they look to me as the person of who they can trust as far as disseminating information or giving them information or giving them certain instructions saying, hey, yo, this is a situation that's going on. We need to take care of this now. Hey, let's get together right now or get together as soon as possible. Da, 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 da. They trust me with that. But it still needs to be a code. So even if I don't need to always be the one to say it. It still needs to be a code. You understand me? Then after y'all go ahead and develop those two, 1A and 1B, you know, arm yourselves. You need to establish a code. Get on code. You need to survey your community. You need to survey your community. You need to know who is who and what is what. You need to do a survey of your community. Who is who? What is what? You need to have a survey of your community because you need to know who is the white supremacist, who's the suspected white supremacist, who's the bed bucks, who's the bed wenches, who's the coons, who's licking on butter biscuits. You need to survey your community, right? And once you survey who's who, it's time to clean your community. If I don't give a damn if they foundational or not, if they are a coon, a bed buck, a bed wench, butter biscuit eating, hood rats, dusty niggas, clean your community. You need to disassociate yourself from them. You need to separate yourself from them, and you need to get that shit off your social media timelines, all that shit. Separate yourself from them. And when I mean clean your community, I mean start within your inner circle. Clean that inner circle and move on to your community and make sure that none of them dusty niggas, hood rats, bed bucks, and coons, bed wenches are associated with you in any shape or form. Do not offer them any protection whatsoever. Do not waste your energy on them. They are lost. Let what's going to happen to them happen to them. We have come to that time because unfortunately the war has already started and we're already behind. We do not have time to whip people in shape. It are those that are that far gone. We need to make sure the people who are salvageable, we can try and salvage them. Do not spend too much time on that either. But the ones that are ready to fight, the ones in the warrior class and the ones that know what's up, you need to get with them and you need to get on code with them. Everyone else has to get pushed to the wayside and we'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it later. And once you clean your community, you close your ranks. That means you do not let anyone else in. You do not let anyone out. You do not let anyone else in. You do not let anyone out. You close your ranks. You strengthen. And you, last but not least, you move forward with the Black First agenda. You move forward with the Black First agenda. And that agenda should include financial resources, most importantly. Y'all got to get your finance game up. That agenda should include a political agenda, whatever start in your local community. I know y'all like to shoot straight to the federal level, but start in your city level. Start with your city level. Start with a black first agenda right in your city. How are we going to get the finances to the black community? How are we going to help bolster black businesses? How are we going to have a political power in our city for the black community? Do we have what do you call those things? Those little groups of people who donate money and stuff like that. Get one of those. I forgot what it is. A PAC. Do we have a black PAC? A black super PAC, whatever the case may be, where we can say, hey, you come to us, we can guarantee you X amount of votes. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you need to be doing going forward. Start in your circle, start with your friends, and start in your own community. Stop trying to shoot and be the president of the United States and you can't even win a city council seat. Stop that, yo, because that sets us back. You're so focused on what's going on at the federal level, you're ignoring what's going on at the local level. Buffalo police is acting a fool lately. They've been acting a fool lately. They didn't whoop somebody's ass. They didn't just detain these young boys and planted some drugs from what I'm hearing. I'm going to wait till more details come out about that, what's going on with that, so we can go and see what's going on with that. But start in your community first. Start with your circle first. Start with your family first. Because everything has to be rock solid. It has to be rock solid. Then you push forward. Then you go there. Then you go to the next level. Then you go to the next level. And once you get to the top level, once you start changing the narratives for presidential candidates and things of that nature, now you know you waver in port. You know what you can do now. Now you're going to be the go-to people. Now they're going to be like, hey, what can we do for you? But you have to get some money in that. You got to get some money circulating. You can't sit here and be broke talking about we just got to vote. They like, nigga, fuck your vote. What about money? We need money. Put your money where your mouth is. Fuck your vote. Put your money where your mouth is. Get into stock market. I got my referral link in the description. Sign up for Robinhood. Start a little stock market group for your city or whatever, people you know. Y'all all start inviting each other. Y'all learn together, man. It's never too late. Don't let people tell you it's never too late. Y'all learn together, man. Financial literacy is vital to the black community. It is vital to the black community. You need to arm yourselves and you need to get financial literate. It is vital. Those are the two things that can get us out of our situation the fastest. That can take us to the next level the fastest. And then when we are armed and protected, and we are a protected class, we make ourselves a protected class. And we have the money to protect ourselves as well. So nobody going to want to go to war with us, and nobody want to do this financial game with us. Now you can go start wielding that power and bend the political spectrum the way you need to bend it. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to tell a candidate you only have to do stuff for us. You just better have an agenda for us. I understand if you're a mayor, you gotta be a mayor to an entire city, but you better make sure you include the entire city, which is us. You see what I'm saying? So those are what y'all need to do going forward. Again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for listening. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, HVO Marv. That's where I am on Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. I know I keep switching my stuff, but that's all right. Y'all be all right. HVO Marv. It's no longer It's Really Marv. HVO Marv is much better. Easier to find. It's unique. So we're going to go with that. And man, I got y'all, man. I'm sorry. I truly do apologize. I have been inconsistent as fuck, and I understand that can be frustrating. But I am here. I am back, and I'm ready to serve my people.